in the mirror, man, you're so dirty. Yeah, you look so dirty. You were never worthy. Lately, it's you.
Welcome to the Jeremy Hill Show. If you're easily triggered, leave now because this is not the show for you. Now, what I'm going to talk about right now, ladies and gentlemen, is about the impact that social media has had on today's modern woman, the black woman in particular. How women validate themselves through views, likes, reposts, retweets, and all stuff like that. For that type of stuff brings them validation. It makes them feel as if they are on top of the world. It makes them feel that they are somebody. And it's crazy that these women now are validating themselves through mediums like that, through things like that. You know what I'm saying? This shows you just how insecure women are, and it shows you just how much low self-esteem that a lot of women have, okay? It's so bad that if someone doesn't like a woman's picture, the way she remedies that is just taking off clothes and more clothes until someone hit the like button and say, I like what you got. I like what you're looking like, shorty. That's what makes her feel good. So let me go ahead and get into this right quick. Give me 1 second as I put it up on your screen, and we're going to go ahead and get deep in this. Let's go ahead and do some deep fish dive. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to find it for you. There it is.
Stop idolizing people's lives on these social media platforms. Stop taking wrong advice and misinformation. Stop seeking validation from an app. What works for them may not work for you. You have a question? Go to the source.
Bingo. Let's talk about that. She said a mouthful. Women idolize what they see on social media. Women are guilty of making comparisons of their relationship to other people's relationships. They compare the man that they are with, their significant other, to other women and how their men are treating them or what their men can provide for them. This has been going on for many decades. It's been called keeping up with the Joneses, so to speak. Women are always in constant competition with each other. Even if there's a woman who is not trying to compete with another woman, there's another woman who is competing with that woman who is not competing with no one else. Okay? You are idolizing people who are posting the best moments of their lives on social media. They're not showing you the heartaches that they're going through. They're not showing you the depression that they have. They're not showing you the stress. They're not showing you that they're being physically and mentally and verbally abused by their significant other. They're not showing you that they are struggling to make ends meet. They're not showing you that their life is about to get turned off. They're not showing you any of that stuff. They're showing you they are picking and choosing the parts of their lives and putting on social media to make you think that they are living so good and that they are so happy. The majority of women who do that are nothing more than miserable women, okay? And you idolize people that you would never be like. A lot of you want to idolize Beyonce. You want her success. You want her beauty. I hate to break it to you, but you're never going to look like she do. And you most likely will never get as successful as she has. She has to sacrifice and work hard to become the kind of person that she has become. A lot of you women, in my most humble opinion, don't want to do the work to become that. A lot of women want to be someone. I want to be this woman who makes six figures. I want to be this woman who has a mansion. I want to be this woman who drives a Jaguar or a Bentley or a Beamer. But you don't want to go to school. You don't want to get a trade. You don't want to stay in a job long enough for you to get promoted. You don't want to pay your dues. You don't want to do everything that you have to do to become the person that you want to be. So stop idolizing people, because some of these people have things and abilities that you don't have. Some people have the ability to sing. Some people have the ability to do math real good in their head. A phenom. Some people can act. There's certain talents that people have that you don't have, so you can't be them. The best thing you can do is be yourself and live your life. And the problem with social media is this right here. It has brought out ungratefulness in women's heart like never before. It's at an all-time high. Women not being content. A woman can never be content and she can never be satisfied. And social media has made these women to where they can never be satisfied. They always want the newest phone. They always want the newest bag. They always want the newest this, the newest that, the newest this. They want to go experience that. Why? Because it's all over social media, what they're seeing. So they want to be a part of it, because social media makes you think that you're missing out. This is why a lot of women feel that they can leave their men, because there are 1,000 men in their DMs to make them think that they have options. Just because you have 1 million men in your DMs does not mean that you have options. Did you hear me? Just because you have 1 million men in your DMs does not mean that you have options. You have 1 million men who most likely want to just have intercourse with you. They don't want to make you an option for a girlfriend, for a fiance, or for a wife. They just want to hit it and move around. And this is one of the other reasons why they leave that man so quickly, because they're so foolish enough to believe that that the grass is greener on the other side. And social media has made it where they really do believe that the grass is greener on the other side. You know what I mean? That's why it's best to get a woman who don't have social media, period, if possible, unless she's doing a business. If she's one of these chicks that got everything, the latest new app that come out, they got TikTok, they got Facebook, they got Snapchat, they got Twitter, X, they got stuff you ain't even heard. They got all these dating, they got all these. If she is on all of them, man, she is fiending for male validation. And you cannot be with a woman who is never satisfied with your personal validation, gentlemen. She will always be hungry and thirsty for the attention of others, and you will never be enough. No matter if you cured cancer, no matter if you cured AIDS, no matter if you built a house, no matter if you bought land for her to live on, you will never be enough, because she will always be attention hungry. She's an attention starved, attention hungry woman, and you will never be able to satisfy her. You will be walking on eggshells. You'll stress out, have a heart attack or a stroke just trying to keep her attention on you. That's some of the dangers that we are seeing in our relationships or our interactions with the women today, because they put social media approval over the approval of their significant other, which is the man. Let's keep going. Got more stuff for you. Went on to a little rant right there, didn't I? Yes, I did, boy. I got more stuff to show you, man. Just give me a second. Got a lot more stuff. Let's play this lady here.
If you post your body thinking that you're going to get the right male validation, that is wrong. Guys do not find value in how perfect your body looks. Guys find value in how you treat them, how you make them feel, the kind of things that you invest into them.
Exactly. We don't just want you for your body unless it's just for physical pleasure. When it comes to relationships, it's all about the treatment. It's how you treat the man. And like it or not, ladies, the only way that you can actually please a man emotionally is through being a feminine woman. Okay, when you're a submissive woman, when you're a sweet woman, when you're a soft-spoken, that's another thing. A lot of these musty-back heifers are no longer soft-spoken. They talk like dudes. They talk like men. Hey, bro. Hey, twin. They raise their voice up. Even women sound like men, like the rapper Glorilla. There was a time that would have been few and far in between. You hardly ever find a woman who sound almost like a man unless she was, playing for the other team here. Now the majority of these women, they are aggressive. They are extremely masculine to the point where they sound like a man. They sound like Barry White. Look. They got deep voices, man. Keep going.
The kind of things that you invest into them. You're trying to find love, but you're also showing everyone a part of you that is so special. And now they're all like, you know what? If they're not going to listen, then they're just digging their own grave.
I'm going to tell you this. If you show your body to everybody on social media, what do you have to show and offer to your man? If everybody has seen almost every inch of your body, now you got some women, they might be scantily dressed on TikTok or Facebook, but they have OnlyFans, so now you see every square inch of their body. What will you have to offer your man that no other man have seen? I mean, what can you give him that no other man has had pleasure in? You get what I'm saying? Absolutely nothing. You don't want to be sacred no more. You don't want to save anything for the imagination. You don't want to have nothing set aside for your man. Everything is for community. You're a community hoe. Everything is for the community. Everybody is for the community eyes. It's for everybody. You dig what I'm saying? Hold on right quick as I pull up another thing for you. 1 second. Boom. Okay. Give me one moment, ladies and gentlemen, as I pull up the next clip. Trying to find it for you. There it is. Let's get it.
I blame social media for this, but a lot of people really think the grass is greener on the other side. Streets have nothing in them. The streets have nothing but trash, and it looks great from the outside, but once you get inside the club, you're like, oh my goodness, this is so ghetto. The fear of missing out while in a relationship is strong. But when you really step inside the club and you smell the funk, you be like, oh my goodness. That's what social media has done. Social media has created a FOMO for married women and women in relationships. And even men, they make it seem like the streets is where it's at, but the streets.
Exactly. Thanks to social media, ladies and gentlemen, especially you gentlemen, the women will always, westernized women in America especially, will always believe, you hear me? They will always believe that the grass is greener on the other side. They will always believe that because of social media. They will always think, I can do better if I don't be with him. If I let him go, then I have time and space to be with him, or I have time and space to develop myself to be with a guy that's better than him. And they are coming back. You look at the numbers. You look at how these women always complain later. I got with the wrong man. I thought it. No. Because social media is giving them this false sense of security that when they step away from a good man, that they will find another one. Majority of the time, lady, you won't find another good man. It is hard to find a good man, period. Just like it's difficult to find a good woman out here. If you got a man that's good, you won't always like 100% of that man or woman. But if you find a man that's good and you drop the ball, you fumble him, good luck finding another one to do exactly the same thing that he do. I mean, good luck with that, because it's rare to find someone who really takes interest in a woman who isn't feminine. And if it is a feminine woman, most likely she won't be on social media because of the negative feminist influences on social media. It will corrupt her mind. It will make her doubt her position as a woman. It will make her doubt whether or not, if she'll start going crazy. She'll start thinking, am I a pick-me? Am I really a pick-misha? Am I really these things because I believe in taking care of my man, because I believe this and that? And she'll start doubting herself, start resenting you. You're controlling me. When at first you wasn't controlling her. She just seen it as parameters of protection, and she understood you were just trying to protect the relationship by doing X, Y, and Z. But now all of a sudden, thanks to the feminist influences on social media, now she believes that you're controlling, that you treating her like she's a slave and you're the slave master, and that she's in bondage. Social media is not good for everybody, because there are women out there who are weaker minded than other women, period. Some women have strong minds. A lot of them, in my humble opinion, do not. And they are easily persuaded by other women, by other men. They are easily persuaded by women who don't even have functional relationships themselves to get out of their functional relationship. And now they out in the world getting their body count up. Now they miserable and they depressed and they wonder why they can't find a good man. And then they get jealous of the fact that the man that they left has moved on to another woman. Now they want to go break that up. A lot of women are not mentally strong enough, in my humble opinion, to be on social media. They be on these groups that are very inappropriate, but do what you want to do. You get in certain types of groups that are private groups like that, and your eyes are wide open, you're looking at everything, and you want to try things that you never thought about trying before, because social media will make it seem so sensational. It make you feel like you're just being left out. It make you feel that you're missing out, that you need to be inside of whatever you need to be inside whatever we're a part of. Even if it means losing your relationship. Make you want to try the waters out. Again, social media is not good for a lot of women.
The streets is where it's at, but the streets, when I tell you, people don't really like the streets like that unless you are the ones running them. But if you aren't one of the type that likes to run the streets has nothing for you. Nothing out here but baby daddies, baby mamas, and confusion. And due to social media, people think they have more options than what they really have. A lot of people think that since I have 1,000 DMs, I have 1,000 people wanting to take me off the streets, help me out, and cater to me. And you don't. You have maybe 2. The other 998 wants to sleep with you and then run the streets and do whatever they want to do. All right? Those DMs do not mean love. Those DMs do not mean they're going to treat you better. More than half of 998 are not suitable mentally, physically, or financially to be dating anybody.
And she told you the truth. Just because you got 1 million men in your DMs, lady, does not mean that you are what they want in a relationship. And it's sad that I have to say that, because a lot of you women ain't got no raising. Ain't got no good people raising you or leading you or guiding you. Your mother figure is people like Little Kim, Megan Thee Stallion, Glorilla, and Sexy Red. So you really don't know anything about life. You really don't. There's a lot of women walking around right here who don't have a clue about how life works. they definitely don't have a clue about how relationship works because they don't understand their position as a woman in a relationship. You dig what I'm saying? It is sad, but that's why you need people like me. Let me say this right quick. I'm gonna let Tony Montana say it. Hold on. Listen to this.
You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy.
Exactly. You need people like me that's going to bring you direction, correction. I hope you can hear what that sample. I just did a sound drop because I'm having a little problem. I hope you can hear it. But it was Tony Montana. He said, like, you need people like me so you can point your effing fingers and say that's the bad guy. You need not just me, other people who tell you the right things. And when you hear the right things, you're going to rebel against it because you've been taught for so long to believe the wrong things. That's what the problem is. Now, let me go to another one for you. 1 second, ladies and gentlemen.
When we were young, it was so hard to see a naked woman. Right now, we see it every day. You know what I mean? A man doesn't have to put an effort or work hard to get something or to meet a woman or talk to a woman. Everything is just right there. They will let go of what they need because of something they want. They'd ruin
You hear that? She said most of these women, and this is what it goes back to what I said a while ago, how they will leave a man because they think they are missing out. This lady said these women will leave what they need to go after what they want. Okay. And a lot of times as you live, if you keep living, like the old folks say, keep living, you'll soon find out that the things that you want are not good for you. Okay. It can look good, but like they always say in the old days, all that glitters is not gold. It's fool's gold. It looks good. It might feel good. It might smell good. It might taste good. It might look good. Short term. But long term, it's toxic. It's hard. It hurts. It's a heartache. It's pain behind that thing that you wanted short term, but you got a long term pain as a consequence of leaving what you needed to go after what you wanted. Think about it.
They'd ruin everything, just for getting something better. The issue with finding better is that it's a never-ending journey. If you think your partner is good, is amazing for you, and it's like she or he is exactly what you need, but you find better in terms of looks or body or whatever, or like success, then there's no end, because once you're with that person, there's better and there's better and there's better. There's options. Love is not an emotion, it's a choice. If love is a feeling, feelings go up and down. That means if I'm gonna love you based on my feelings, today I'm gonna love you, tomorrow I'm gonna hate you, today I can't stand you, tomorrow I'm gonna need you. It's an unstable journey.
I like what she said when she said, there's always going to be better. And that's true, man. There's always going to be a better car. There's always going to be a better truck. There's always going to be a better house. There's always going to be a better job, a better promotion. There's always going to be a better tax cut. There's always going to be something better. There's always going to be a better looking woman. There's always going to be a better looking man. There's always going to be a better circumstance. It's always going to be something better. The thing is, find that thing that is good for you, that you can be satisfied with, that you can love, that you can invest in, and most importantly, that person that you love and that you are invested in will do the same thing back to you. They'll show you the same amount of attention, and you be satisfied. You be content. The thing that women hate today is contentment. If you say, woman, you need to be content, she'll think you cussing her out. It's disrespect to her if you tell her just be content, shut the hell up and be happy. That's mean, that's wrong, that's rude. You'll never be happy when you're always chasing the pink dragon, when you're always chasing the next high. Like most people who get on drugs or whatnot, they always chase that first high, that first moment of ecstasy. They keep chasing that feeling. And it never stops. It keep going and keep going and keep going. That's why they had them gateway, they call it gateway, DRUGS. You start out with the green, they say, and then you graduate to harder substances and stuff like that, because they are always chasing for the next better high. And this is what women are doing right now. They are addicted to validation. They are addicted to attention. They are addicted to other people's opinions. So they are always chasing for the next best thing because they want to be seen as the next best thing themselves. You get what I'm saying? I got more to show you. Hold on. Oh yeah, there's gonna be a live stream this Sunday. I'm gonna talk about how women are destroying relationships, how they abandon you and all the other stuff like that. I haven't decided what to name it, and I haven't got everything together yet. So I'm just letting you know ahead of time. Sunday, 5:30 Central Standard Time. All right. Sunday, 5:30 Central Standard Time. See you there.
But what Instagram did is it completely revolutionized what men look for in partners in the worst way possible. Men started seeing very perfect pictures of women in a particular way. And then what happens is women see what men like. This is what men don't realize. Their simple double tap directs women. So what happened is every girl that...
Catch what she said. Your simple double tap. The moment a man simply touches the like button, directs a woman. You know how weak a woman has to be led by a like, by a thumb or a finger typing the like button. That one little like will influence how she sees things, how she sees herself. It would influence her how to behave. It would influence her how to dress. It would influence her even how to eat. It would influence her on how to talk. Just a person tapping the like button. This is why women need management. This is why women need a man to lead and guide them, because without a man to lead and guide them with their masculinity, they're going to be led by anything, even things that don't even have a heart and soul, such as a like button. I'm glad she said that. I just wanted you to catch what she said. Let's keep going.
Directs women. So what happened is every girl that was getting more and more popular on Instagram became the framework for the young girls that was watching her boy like.
Hey, boy, it's deeper than that. Deeper than that, man. Social media is a blessing and a curse. It's good and bad. It's bad for people with weak minds, though. That's what I'm trying to get at you about.
We've created a generation of narcissistic women. What's happened is the rise of social media and the rise of online dating and the rise of feminism has taught women that they are not to blame for any poor choices. Every poor choice is glamorized. So if you want to be a sex worker, it's great. If you want to post in bikini pictures online, it's fine. Every poor choice is glamorized and every internal reflection is seen as gaslighting yourself. So they've even got terms for internal reflection to prevent it happening. So what will happen is they are trained to not reflect on themselves because we've been told we've been oppressed for so many years. Now it's time to make sure we project. And so we don't take any accountability. And as a result, when we get into relationships, if we don't feel completely soothed all the time, he must be a narcissist. He must be a manipulator. He must be.
She doesn't feel soothed all the time. In other words, if she doesn't feel that the man is showing her not only attention, but preferred attention, the type of attention that she prefers to come from a man, then she's going to label that man as being controlling or just not interested in her. All because she gets all this false sense of security from social media, from the like button, from a share, from a post, from a comment. We have been around women now. This generation is one of the weakest generations probably ever walked the earth. Okay. You can say things online right now and bully someone online to the point where they will decease themselves. They will delete themselves because 500 people that they don't even know said that you're overweight, said that you're not attractive, and they are depressed. Probably depressed before that, but that be the catalyst. That be the thing that set them off. That's the straw that broke the camel's back. That's because strangers, people you will probably never meet, have a negative opinion about you. I'm gonna tell you something. That would never happen. You could be the most greatest person on the planet and still have people not like you. Ask Jesus. They crucified him, and he was the kindest man on the planet, right? All the miracles and stuff that he did, it was still people who still didn't like him, right? Guess what? It's the same way for you on this planet. You can do the best, the most for people, be a good person, upstanding, outstanding, outright good, and you still gonna have people who don't like you. So you got to get some thick skin and really don't care as much about what people think about you. Only certain people you may care about, like your mama and them, your kids, you care about their opinion. I get that. Or even your boss to an extent now, to an extent, because that boss opinion may weigh heavy on your promotion based on your performance at the job. So I understand that. But for these people walking around here, who cares about what they say? Who cares if they disagree with you? Who cares? I don't care. I don't care if you disagree with anything I say, and I'm not gonna let you draw me in a argument, or I don't feel the need to convince someone what I believe. I am not gonna try to make you believe something that I believe. I don't care because you don't believe in it. So why would I even try to convince, or I'm not gonna coerce you or attempt to converse with you about that. You have your see, it's weak, emotional people. I'm mad. You believe this. I don't believe that, and this is my reason. Guess what? I don't really care what your reasons are. You have the right to believe what you want to believe. And just like I have the right to not listen to you. Keep those to yourself. You get what I'm saying? That's how you got to be in life, man.
He must be a narcissist. He must be a manipulator. He must be gaslighting. He, rather than I. And unfortunately, we've got an online market that caters to that wounded woman, that caters to that entitled woman, and caters to that narcissistic woman. And it's so wild to me that so many women talk about narcissism, but the society today is just catering to narcissistic women.
Mm-hmm. One more, ladies and gentlemen. One more. And we'll be out of here. Again, live stream this Sunday, baby. 5:30 Central Standard Time, baby. You dig?
In the numbers, they want the views and that validation. So they tie in their curves and what they have to that validation.
Okay.
So she can have the best mindset, she can not be a hoe or whatever the case may be, but that perception is what's put out.
Are you, when you say perception, is it based off of what she wears or just?
It's never just what she wears. It's never just, it's disposition.
Okay.
Like women know it's the sound that you put behind the video. It's
Pay attention to what he's saying. He's right. Women say, I'm not trying to look like a freak, but then when you post something, you got freaky music playing in the background, you angling your body a certain way. You know what I mean? You know what you're doing. That's what he's saying. Let's keep going now, because I like what he's saying.
That you put behind the video. It's the way you always turn this way first with the angle first, and then do that little peace sign thing y'all do before y'all do those get ready with me videos, right? It's always rooted in sexual energy. The man that DMs you, he isn't DMing you because even if he feels like he's in a season of wanting a wife, he ain't DMing you on that type of time. He's DMing you because you have aroused him, essentially. Scroll through your content. The ongoing theme is arousal because all the content is hypersexual.
Okay.
He's right. Like I said, if you got 1 million people in your DMs, does not necessarily mean that they want you. They want your body. Okay. I'm gonna do one more video because you might just get one video today because I got some things planned out today that might take me away from content creator today. But like I say, Sunday I'll have that live stream and we get back on schedule on Monday. So I'm gonna play this one last clip. 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. This should be the very last.
How often is she checking her phone?
Oh,
How often is she on her Instagram account looking for, what is she looking at too? Like, is she checking who liked and watched all of her stuff? If I'm looking at a woman and she's on her phone, like if I'm talking to her mid-sentence, she breaks out her phone, sort of like a crackhead, and then all of a sudden I have to just kind of sit there and wait for the moment.
See, I like what he's saying because a lot of you women are so addicted to social media that you can't even be on a date without checking. I've seen it. I have told women, I said, look, when I'm with you and we talking, don't be on the phone unless it's gonna be an emergency. I had to tell women that. But I got a sack here though. I'm not gonna that's how I am. When I see if I'm paying for a date, if we on a date and it's coming out of my pocket, I'll demand. I'm not requesting. I demand your full attention because I'm making sure you have a great experience with me. I'm making sure you eat good. I'm making sure you drinking good. Anyway, we're here to just try to get to know each other. And hopefully I get to clap them cheeks later. But if not, cool. I hope it leads to that though. But long story short, my point is this right here. You have 24 hours in a day. You can talk to these mustard back heifers that you call your friends all through that day. But while we here for this 1 hour, leave that shit alone. Leave social media alone, whatever it is we're doing right now. Unless it's you got a child or something like that, you got to keep up. No, of course it's case by case. But there are women out there who cannot be on a date with a man without consistently looking at their phone, man. Do you see what I'm saying? It's funny, the hypocrisy of these today, the hypocrisy of the modern woman, because they want all the attention of the man to be on them. But then when you're with them, the women don't want to give you a third of the attention that you want. They don't want to give you any attention. They want to just give you just enough so you can keep buying them shit and giving them money. That's what they want. Keep going.
The moment to transpire, that's a red flag for me. Yeah. I'll be like, that's just gonna get worse and worse.
Oh yeah.
To the point where I'm just like, yeah,
the first 2 dates, like,
just
goodbye.
run away.
Or if you're like on the phone with her and the thing's just going the whole time, like that's not happening, bro. She's talking to you and she's getting messages left and right. I don't know.
We'll coin the phrase, get the Joseph out of there.
I'll tell you something, man. A man ain't gonna want to be with a woman, especially if you dating and she, like you said, zit zit zit. It make a man think like maybe it's a other dude, maybe like 20 other dudes that's in the DM talking to her, communicating. I ain't got time. I'm not gonna compete for no woman attention. I don't do that. If you think I need to compete for you, I'm the wrong way. Go get the other man and let those jokers compete for you. Cause what's for me is for me. You know what I'm saying? I don't chase women. I don't. If a woman wants you, like I said before, if a woman wants you, you don't have to chase her. If she's interested in you, you don't have to chase her. If she's wanting you and interested in you, you don't have to be the one always calling and texting and stuff. She's gonna show you. Back in the 90s, man, that was the game. Women, before all this technology, social media and stuff, if women like you, they will let you know by showing you attention. And men did the same thing back. That's how you knew. That's how, why you think the love song, the music back then, the R&B was different. Pretty brown eyes, all that stuff, these love songs and stuff we had back then, all the stuff we have more love songs back in the 90s than we do now. Everything about having no intercourse right now. But back then, it was trying to make the other person feel that you wanted them. And women did it too. Women had the love songs like that where they was expressing their love to you. And, you know, women was different back then. Women knew back then, women in the 90s, because I grew up raised in the 90s, they knew how to interact with men better than these women today. Women are always expecting something from a man today. They never actually really want to put their best out there. To them, their best foot is just looking attractive to the man, to attract the man to them, so the man could be a beast of burden and provide or sponsor a lifestyle. Back in the 90s and stuff, a little bit later that, you know, women, y'all know, y'all who are, I'm a 70s baby, but from people who lived that era, and I still say it, I mean it, the 90s was the last real decade. It was the most gangster, the most realist. You knew what a person was. It was no holds barred. That was the realest era. After the 90s, it went downhill. I know you people who raised in 2000, 2010, all that stuff, for you, it's the realest era. I get that. But you have to live as long as I have to be able to see both eras, because you live in and only see your era. If you could have this other era that I'm talking about and you can make the comparisons to your era to my era, you see it's different. It's night and day. I know people go, man, you just old, you know what I mean? You old head. I mean, it's cool. And I'm telling you something, I'm glad I'm older. I want to keep living. Only a fool make fun of a person who actually lived longer than they have so far. I'm gonna tell you something, youngster. I know more about being young than you do about being old. That's why an older person can give you advice and direction. The hell kind of direction can I get from a 20-year-old dude who wears skinny jeans, who wear a pair of Nikes with pink fuchsia shoestrings in it, with rhinestones in his belt, and them skinny jeans so tight you can see his sack and all of the, man, come on, like biker shorts and stuff like that. Do you really think you can tell people like me anything? You need to shut up and listen, young man, so that we can guide you and keep you from these type of women that's going to destroy you. Because the things that I talk about are about certain types of people who is going to destroy you. They are, intentionally or no. So pay attention to the elders, man. I ain't talking about any elder, because you got old fools too. Look at people who are successful. That'll help you. But still learn from people who are not, because I've learned things from homeless people, and I have learned things from people who own that powder. I learned people who smoke that hard rock, that cheese, and they have gave me a lot of wisdom. So you can learn wisdom from people who are successful and people who have ran their lives into the ground. Don't be biased, but have an open ear at all times. Anyway, like I said, this might be the only video y'all get. Sunday, live stream, 5:30 Central Standard Time, and we get back on my regular schedule through the week like I normally do. So yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this episode, man. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna end it with an old intro I had before. Some of you never heard it, but I'm gonna play it. It's gonna be different. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. All right, holla at you.
Say